Hello, everybody, and welcome in on this Thursday morning. We hope your day is off to a great start. Brooks Baptiste here checking in from the First Alert Desk to get you caught up on some of the stories that you might have missed. We've been following a lot, especially this week, with so many of the new developments coming in the newsroom, even to this day, regarding that bus hijacking that started in downtown Atlanta and found its way all the way up in Gwinnett County, or DeKalb County, I should say, which is where it came to an end, leading to police chasing this suspect that had this bus hijacked while there were passengers on board. So, of course, we've been learning more about that. But also, this morning in particular, we're referring to the man who is named a victim here in this situation. There was one person who died, unfortunately, and we have learned from his neighbors, as they've described him as a kind family man. And Atlanta News First reporter Rachel Aragon is outside of GBI headquarters in Decatur, where they're still investigating what exactly happened.
Good morning. Yeah, those who live nearby say they are simply heartbroken over the loss of a great man, a 58-year-old Ernest Byrd Jr. And now we're learning more about what unfolded Tuesday afternoon. Take a look here. Byrd was one of 17 passengers on the bus that was hijacked on Tuesday, and we now know the suspect, Joseph Greer. Investigators say Greer got into an argument with Byrd when this all escalated. Police say when Byrd tried to protect himself using his gun, the suspect allegedly took the gun and shot and killed Byrd. Well, the news, of course, of his death leaving many neighbors devastated.
It's sad, man, Yeah, it is real sad. I never expected that to be something that happened to somebody, that lives that close to me.
Rachel Aragon, Atlanta News First.
Yeah, this is really just an unfortunate situation all around for all of those who are involved. We've been learning so much about the suspect as well, who his name is Joseph Greer, and just about who he is as a person. And one of the probably the most shocking developments within just the past day or so was the fact that our crews, along with other media outlets, had an opportunity to talk with him before this took place about another incident, about that shooting that happened in downtown Atlanta. So again, just one of those situations where by the day it seems like we get new information, and we'll be watching that for you closely. And of course, we'll keep you posted both on air and online. Well, you know what? This weekend we are talking about some serious heat coming to Georgia and to Atlanta specifically. North Georgia is going to be hot, hot, hot. You'll hear from First Alert meteorologist Ella Dorsey in just a bit regarding that, coming up at 11:30. But one of the things that you may not think about is the headaches and the potential for migraines that could be triggered by the heat. Probably not something you always think about, but if you are somebody who suffers from migraines, then yeah, you probably are saying, wait a minute, I deal with this. And when it gets hot outside, that's just a part of what you'll have to deal with. So look, we've got some tips from experts about how you can, protect yourself, because we're talking about more intense sunlight. And that's how this could be triggered. And then, of course, just the heat itself and the pressure out there in the air. So those symptoms include a lot. We're talking unbearable head pain, nausea. We're talking vomiting, sensitivity to light, noise, and even smells. It's an attack that can last from 4 hours to several days, and it's more common than you think, especially in this hot temperatures.
I think with the changes in sunlight and the length of days, it can sometimes take people out of their normal routine and schedule. And people who live with migraine actually do much better with a typical routine.
So what are you supposed to do if you find yourself dealing with a migraine? Because that could happen on a weekend like this weekend, where Friday, Saturday, and Sunday are now declared First Alert weather days. All right, so doctors say here's what you want to do. Remember the word SEEDS. So that first S stands for sleep. You want to stick to a regular sleep schedule. That could help you out a little bit. E is for eating. Do not skip meals and make sure you stay hydrated. That water is super important. And then you want to limit your caffeine as well. Well, the next D is for exercise. You want to stay physically active. And D is for dairy. Keep track of what is triggering that attack, because sometimes dairy can be responsible for that as well. And finally, that last S, I should say, stands for stress management, because stress can be a trigger. So hopefully You learn something from that because I did today as well, just reporting on it, of knowing what I could be doing to avoid some of those headaches, because I don't necessarily deal with migraines, but I do have headaches from time to time. At least I hope they're not migraines, but I do have those headaches from time to time. And yes, when it's that hot outside, it can impact you for sure. All right, here's some pretty exciting news depending on who you are and how you like to spend your money. So Skims announcing that it is going to be bringing a store here to Atlanta. And this is, huge news for all of you Skim fans out there. We're talking to folks who love themselves some Kim Kardashian and love to keep things intact and where they want them. Skims is officially going to be opening that permanent store in September. It's a 3,500 square foot store that'll be opening in Lenox Square Mall. The company also planning to open some stores in DC, Florida, Austin, and Houston. So we'll be seeing what that looks like when it comes out. Now, who likes free stuff? Skims is not going to be free, but you have an opportunity for a free opportunity or an opportunity to get something free, I should say, here in the city. We're talking about Chick-Fil-A giving away its new sandwich, and it's for free $99. Yes, starting on Monday, Chick-fil-A going to be giving you this new maple pepper back sandwich. This is a deal that'll start on Monday. It's going to run through June 22nd. So here's the only thing, because nothing's really free in life, but this actually is free. But the only thing that I need to bring to your attention is that you have to have the Chick-fil-A app. But the good news about that is the Chick-fil-A app is free. So if I were you, and I didn't have it, might not be a bad idea to get it. But thanks so much for spending a little bit of time with us here on Atlanta News First and the First Alert Desk. Do want to let you guys know that Weather Where You Are is coming up next at 11:30 with First Alert meteorologist Ella Dorsey, and she is talking about the heat. I'm no meteorologist, but I've listened enough to the reports this morning and the days leading up to today to know that you want to get by a pool, you want to make sure you're indoors dealing with some AC, anything but being outside, because it's not just the temperature, but it's the humidity and what it's going to feel like outside that is sure to make you want to be on the inside. All right. So, of course, we'll have more of that at 11:30 here on the First Alert Desk. And remember, you can always catch up on the latest headlines by visiting us on the web at atlantanewsfirst.com and the free Atlanta News First app. Take care. We'll see you.